All right, welcome to Jim Bucket Outdoors. I'm Cheyenne. I've been rating a couple of products that I buy. Bought this from Temu. This is a 11 and a half foot cast net. You know anything about cast nets? Well, if you ever made one, they're really hard to make. These three I have on, you can't see them, but these three I made myself. About 300 hours into each net. This net came from Temu. I was a little worried. It's an 11 and a half foot net, 38 bucks. $38. 11 and a half foot net. I can tell you, being a net maker, this is pretty good. It is a panel. If you watch some of my other videos, I teach you how to make a cast net. But it is a panel net. It's made in panels in quarters, and then they're sewn together. However, once I learned how to throw it, man, it's pretty good. It weighs about 17 pounds. It's 11 and a half, so do the math, and that's what you got per pound. Weight per pound. It is not lead weights. It is like a steel type weight. Let me get you a little closer because I went far off because this net is big. But it is a steel lead. It's like a steel weight. It's not lead. So if you can see up front, that's the kind of weights that are on them. I'll get you up close. Now, a couple of things. They tie these. This is a traditional cast net. It has a pocket. It doesn't have a horn. But when they tied these nets up, they used not so good material, but it was $38. So I took bonded nylon. I had some you can take bonded nylon, some kind of nylon, and retie them, and then glue the ends. I hadn't glued the ends yet, but burn the ends off, glue the ends off with nail polish. You put clear nail polish on it, and it'll never come off. The rope itself is strong. It's not this rope. This is floating line. The horn, I did have to cut a little bit off. 11 and a half foot was a little bit too much for me, but I cut it down to 8 foot, 8'5", and it's a lot more manageable for me to throw, especially where I fish at. But I can tell you, it is nylon. It's not bonded nylon, but it is nylon, and it's pretty tough. I've been throwing in the yard learning, which don't throw your nets in the yard, especially expensive nets. But this net was 38 bucks. It has one heck of a spread on it. The pocket's about a foot. It has 1 foot deep pockets at the bottom of the net, and it is a monster. My driveway is about 8 foot long, 8 foot wide, 10 foot wide, something like that, and it will cover my driveway. This thing is a big net. So if you're a beginner cast net thrower, or if you're just new to cast netting, don't buy this net. Buy this net. This is a mono net. It is what it is for $2. That's what I paid for it, for $2 from Temu. And then you can graduate. You can graduate up to the 11 footer, which this is a 3 foot net. This is a 4 foot net, and this is a 5 foot 5-ish net. I made all three of these, so these are made out of bonded nylon. Obviously, this is a much better quality cast net. But this net took 300 hours to make. If you was to buy this net, if I was to sell you this net, it would be 300 bucks, just because it took me 300 hours to make. And it's made out of a bullhorn. I my own lead. I tied every knot myself. The tucks are all done in bottom nylon, different colors. It is a bonded nylon, and it is made to stand the test of time. You can pass this kind of net off to family members. So, you know, I say all that to say this. You can buy a cheap net if you want a cast net, catch shrimp, fish, bait, whatever. Buy a cheap net. 3 foot, 11 foot. If you want something to pass down from generation to generation, you get a bonded nylon net. Or Dacron. I made this out of Dacron. Now, I'm not a net seller. I just make them for myself. I don't have enough time to make a lot of nets, but menorcanmagic, which I'll put his description down at the bottom, because I'm telling you, I started making nets and I started looking at Mike Casina, which is menorcanmagic. The man is a legend in net making. He's been making nets for 70 years. I had some issues making some nets and I emailed him. And that man did not hesitate. He emailed me back and gave me all the knowledge, all the answers that I wanted to ask him. So if you want a real high quality net, menorcanmagic, you cannot beat it. Now, get your wallet out because quality ain't cheap, of course. But a net like this, you can pass on to your great grandchildren, because he does have nets, and I don't know how old he is, but he has nets that from his great grandfather made. So I would, if you like cast nets, if you collect cast nets, if you want to try to make a cast net, you can look on my channel. I do teach step-by-step instructions on one of my channels. Look back on, and you can see how to make a cast net. And if you have any questions, obviously, please don't hesitate. You can ask me, email me. You know, you can message me, whatever. I'm pretty easy to find. But anyway, I just wanted to rate this Temu net because as a net maker, I was very impressed. So, you know, and quality is really hard to find, especially cheap quality. I don't know who's making these things, but they're obviously not getting paid enough. See you in the next channel. Have a good one. I said channel. That's nuts. See you in the next video. Pow.